This is Katie from Homeschool Chat, and I'd like to talk to you today about preschool. This is Preschool Edition. I'd like to talk to you about preschool TV shows. There are a lot of good shows out there, and there are a lot of shows that you can find on YouTube or snippets of shows. So one of the things that I'd like to tell you is that a 2-year-old has a 4 to 6 minute attention span, and a 3-year-old has a 6 to 8 minute attention span. So half-hour shows are very good. Children in preschool age like to be involved. They are about, let's see, how do I say this? The attention span has a lot to do with how much involvement that they have. So if you have a TV show that asks something of them, like, trying to think about, for lack of a better way of explaining it, but like clapping your hands or something, when they're engaging in an activity, they tend to be more focused. So if there is a TV show like that that engages your child with activity, or then they pay attention a little bit better. So never underestimate the power of some of these learning TV shows, because I know in talking to children, a lot of children have learned how to spell things from watching TV shows. I know I can tell you that from Sesame Street experience that I learned how to spell a lot from Sesame Street. It helped me to learn my seasons. Counting was always a big deal on Sesame Street for me. And there are other things too. It just depends upon the child. So real quick, I'll give you a verbal list of my favorite learning TV shows for preschool age children. And bear in mind that you don't have to play the full show if you don't want to. You can find a clip on YouTube perhaps, or you can, the way technology works now, you can put the show to where you want and show a clip if you want to. If you do find that a preschool age show that you really like, make sure that you spend, I would guess, about 4 episodes really watching the show with your child, maybe even more than that, to make sure that you're satisfied with how the producers are bringing that show to life. Okay, so I'll give you my list of favorite preschool TV shows. Little Bear, Little Einsteins, Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase is good for preschool age kids, but it has math in it. Here's the other thing. It depends on what attracts the attention of your preschool age child. So you need to bear that in mind also. Is your child interested in this show? So Cyber Chase is all about math, and I believe there's a little bit of science in there too, but it's really all about math. When my children first started watching Cyber Chase, they didn't realize it was about math. And it wasn't until they were in 2nd and 3rd grade that they were actually really getting the math terms and learning from Cyber Chase. Some other shows, of course, are Sesame Street, and Word World is one of my favorites, as well as Sesame Street. Wild Kratts, Zaboomafoo, Kratts Creatures, Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus is all about science. And Liberty's Kids. I believe that you can look up all of those shows on PBS Kids as well as on YouTube under the names. So real quick, I'll just kind of lump them together into what they teach. Little Bear is about social situations. So I think it's a really sweet show and there's another one that goes with it that's called Franklin, and it talks about social situations. One of the things that is really important for preschool age children is to learn manners and social skills. So that helps with that. Little Einsteins is very involved, and it's kind of fun. They go on adventures. So that's pretty interesting. The episode that I remember taught about music, and it taught about, I think they were teaching about Mozart music, and they did it in a way that preschool age children could enjoy themselves, which is pretty interesting, I think. We talked a little bit about Cyber Chase. Sesame Street, I think almost everyone knows that Sesame Street is kind of the variety show of preschool. It talks about all sorts of different things, from ABCs and 1, 2, 3s to social situations, and Four Seasons and things like that. World is all about reading, and the way that they present in their show is very creative, and children pick up on that. Zaboomafoo, Wild Kratts, and there's another one, Kratts Creatures. Those are all about animals, so that's also a science class. Very fun. Magic School Bus, I think I told you this is a science show. They go on adventures. And Liberty's Kids is a history show about the time of the founding fathers. So those are my favorite TV shows. Now let's talk about attention span versus how much TV your preschoolers should watch. I really don't think that preschoolers should watch 2 hours of TV in a solid run. They just don't have the attention span for that. Some kids do a staring thing actually a lot of kids do a staring thing where they can just kind of get into that TV zone. And that's okay. It's okay if they're sick or something like that, but you really want your child to be well-rounded. So I would say that an hour a day is very healthy. If you have anything more than that, in fact, I would try to do half-hour shows and then a break to do something else, like an activity or coloring, something like that, and then another show when they're ready. If you wanted to put an hour and a half's worth of TV shows into a day, you could probably do it with no problem if you divide it into maybe 3 times a day of watching a half-hour show. That would also give homeschool parents that are homeschool teachers a chance to do the dishes or something like that while their child is watching TV. Let me think if there's anything else that I need to tell you about the TV shows. Be a little cautious with TV shows. Make sure that they are showing what you would like your child to see. And make sure that you pay attention if you have commercials to what the commercials are. We're talking about our children being 2 and 3 years old, so they're very impressionable. And have fun. Have fun. Children, preschool, that's what I really wanted to talk to you about as well. Preschool age children they're about the experience. So anytime that you can make something special for your preschool age child, that makes everything wonderful in their world. So maybe when you watch an educational TV show with your child, maybe do popcorn and sit with them. Or if you're watching Sesame Street, maybe you have a Sesame Street coloring book that they can do a coloring page after they watch Sesame Street. Things like that. The experience really makes it enhances a preschool age child's life. So thank you so much for joining me today, and have a blessed rest of your day. Bye-bye.